Muhn, you begin to come to. Down on the floor, all around you, you can see broken emberstone, copper and brass pipes all around you. Please make an insight check. Difficulty.
Insight.
Difficulty is 12.
Okay.
Very well. You feel strange. There's a film-like feeling on your skin. It's a bit scratchy. All around you, destruction. The lab has been destroyed. You came here to do a job. And the job has been completed. But you don't remember exactly what happened. As you look around, you see several dead bodies. The machinery in this lab is mostly destroyed. There is a person nearby, a dead body. They do not move.
I kneel down.
Rise and fall to their chest. You kneel down. Do you know this person?
No.
This must have been one of the employees here at the lab. One of the researchers. They're quite obviously burned. They have probably the equivalent of like a whole smattering of first, second, and third degree burns all over their body. Their clothing is mostly destroyed. You can see some kind of uniform. You make it out to be Syntharan.
I stand.
There's a red haze about the room. Shattered emberstone crystals all about. Fine particulate matter.
I step carefully, and I realize that I'm crunching some of this emberstone because it's absolutely everywhere, so it's getting into my boots.
There are various alarms going off here. This facility is on some kind of an alert. Things are beginning to crystallize in your head. You can remember that you were on some kind of mission here. You had a team. Where are they?
I start looking for an exit to go look for my team.
Very well. The alarms are kind of warped here. The burbling sounds muffled in some places, and just to save the audience from hearing a repetitive alarm sound, are louder in others. As you begin to leave the room, you see another body on the ground. This one is clearly missing an arm, and you can see there's a pool of blood around them. Do you know this person?
Yes. I recognize them.
Who are they?
Her name was Talia. And she was the person that helped me at the desk at the beginning. She was nice.
Talia. Are you sure about that?
I think so.
And this is a member of your team.
Oh. This is a member of my team?
Yeah.
I kneel down. No. No. And I cradle her head softly. Oh. Is she dead?
She's dead.
Oh. And I lay her head back down gently. And I stand up. I'm so sorry, Talia. I failed you. I strangely don't feel anything. I feel like I should feel remorse. But I don't.
You hear some yelling and sounds of fighting in the distance. You can see, looking down this corridor, there are signs of debris, and there are pipes emitting steam in various places around. You can see gauges and things on various pipes sort of like redlining, and there's probably the sound of like ping, 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 you know, when metal starts to expand and get too hot.
I duck under some steam. Okay, that looks like an exit. Do I see any other movement anywhere?
Yeah. There's I think beyond seeing movement, you more along the lines hear it. There's two what appear to be guards that are quite clearly dead at the doorway of the exit. You can see that there are sort of scorch marks around them, and you can see blunt force trauma on their dead bodies.
I look over them. Do I have any insight as to what could have made this impact?
Insight check. Difficulty's 12.
Okay. You said 12?
Yeah. There's maybe like a flash of something for a second, Muhn. There's some kind of fight here. The sounds of battle ring through your head for a moment. You remember throwing some punches, maybe? Flash of fire. Scream. And then you hear somebody yelling in the distance.
I shake my head to clear the memories out.
Muhn!
Huh? Huh?
Muhn, we need you! There are reinforcements!
Yes! I'm on my way! And I stand tall, and I begin marching forward, and I step directly over the bodies without giving them a second glance. And I start to run faster.
You begin to run faster. There's the crunch of debris below your boot as you rush. You pick up speed. You feel like a well-trained athlete as you hurl yourself down the hall, and you see flashes of light. There's an explosion forcing you to skid to a stop. And steam erupts in front of you. And another body falls near your feet. Who are they, Muhn?
I step over the body. And I continue running.
You see the results of a skirmish. There are broken constructs on the ground. You can see several dents in them, more dead bodies, maybe 10, 15 dead bodies in this larger room. Flashes in your memory again and again. The sounds of fighting. Someone dying beneath your shield. Flashes through your mind. Fights all about you. Explosions. And more death.
I open my eyes.
It is still the alarms reverberating throughout this place, still echoing. Steam piercing from the various pipes.
I scream, I'm on my way! I keep running.
No call back. The vision of the person you stepped over flashes through your head. You associate their voice with the person yelling for help.
I call out, hello?
Smoke and red mist, particulate, leftovers of the Emberstone.
Hello? Hello?
Your voice echoes off of the pipes. Ping, 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 ping. Steam still blowing forth.
I inhale again. Hello?
No one answers. There's some familiarity to this place. There are rudimentary, different computers about. They're strange and different. The monitors, maybe not what we would expect. Several of them are kind of blinking and barely still active.
I rush over to them. And I stop in front of a computer that looks like it's blinking and maybe saying something.
This computer says on the screen, in a very different language than English, but you understand this. This is Regalian. It says, Emberstone Lab containment breach. Emberstone Lab containment breach. Magical infusion disrupted.
I close my eyes and I ball my fists and I sit down and I cross my legs and I try to think back before. Think. And I hit my head. Think, damn it. And I'm racking my brain, trying to come up with anything that feels familiar. And why these people keep popping into my head. And where I was before this.
Valkyrie, listen to me. We need you to strike in Syntharis. We'll be bringing you with a full team into the mountains. As far as we know, they are working in some kind of Emberstone lab. The closest proximity that we have is somewhere in between Shardspire and Farron Hollow. You and your team need to investigate and destroy it. Do you understand?
Is he saying this in my head or to me directly?
How do you see it?
In my head. But I say it out loud to no one. Yes, I understand.
We're counting on you.
Yes.
You are a hero.
Of course you can count on me. I'm Muhn. I'm here for your protection.
You are not alone.
I am not alone. I'm alone. I stand. And I gather myself. And I start looking for the exit.
Please give me an insight.
It's the difficulty.
12. can't remember which path you took through this place. There is blood around. People are dead. Your team's gone. But there is something moving in this lab. You immediately recognize some still functioning constructs as bring you over here. All right, Muhn. Let's bring you onto the battle map because it's time for some combat. There are two constructs moving about, Muhn. You see them power up in your proximity. You didn't notice them sort of attached to the wall. Steam erupts from all around them. Ping, 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 ping. As they free themselves from the wall, they rush towards you. And going to need an initiative roll here from you, Muhn.
I steel myself. Can you remind me on how to roll initiative?
You should be able to just hit that button yourself there. It's just Dex and Insight. Just a Dex and Insight roll. Okay. They, I think, are going first. Actually, no. You go first still, believe it or not. Okay. It is your turn. What do you do?
First of all, I'd like to study them. Is there any way I can see what is powering them right now?
Yes.
Or how they're powered?
They have a humanoid type of structure with a glowing light in their head, as well as on the you would perceive to be the belt buckle. It is currently blue in nature. If you would like to try to study them, that is an action you can take.
Oh. I keep looking them up and down. I'm deciding whether or not I want to study them. But for some reason, I'm feeling incredibly energetic and very ready and capable of battle. I call out. You there! Hello? Anything?
Yeah, they definitely respond. Just realized that I don't have this set up correctly. Let's do... This is not going to work, right? Intruder, 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 intruder. Drop your weapons and surrender immediately.
I look around. Drop my weapons. I drop my shield. I surrender.
Okay. Are you trying to deceive them, or are you being honest?
I'm being honest. These are the only two things in this facility.
Very well. They begin to walk over to you. And you can see that one of them, their arm sort of retracts and an axe comes out in place of one of the arms. Do not attempt to attack, or you will be terminated.
Will you hurt me otherwise?
You will be brought to the nearest advisor.
Oh. Goody.
All right. These constructs begin to approach you, and you can see they sort of split off, one to take each side. And the one that has not formed one of its hands into an axe reaches for you. The other one reaching for the other side. Do you allow them to take you?
Yes.
Okay. One roughly grabs your left arm, one roughly grabs your right arm, and puts your hands behind your back. They begin to march you through the facility. As they do this, the passageway is blocked. They stop. Passageway X3 compromised. Attempting to reroute. Tertiary passageway P7. They turn and begin to walk you down another passageway.
I'm trying to observe everything as we're walking. I'm noticing there's
Obvious
even
signs
more
of
dead
battle.
bodies over here.
Yeah, the signs of obvious battle all around. This place is super messed up. You feel fine though, Moon. You don't feel
I'm aware
like...
that I left my shield behind. But I think this is necessary if I want to meet anyone alive.
Sure. Which shield did you leave behind?
I left behind my right-handed shield, which would probably have been Angel's Revelry.
Very well. Angel's Revelry is left behind. As you are marched further down the passageways, you can see more destruction. You approach what appears to be another room. There's some debris about, but this room seems somewhat intact. The one on your left, the one with the axe in hand, attempts to knock on the door. Attention, attention, advisor. There has been an infiltration in the lab. Attention, advisor. They open the door. It stops about 3 inches from opening. A body falls into the frame, onto the ground. You can see an older elf hit the ground. Blood starts trickling out.
Starts trickling. Is this elf still alive?
Advisor terminated.
Are they still
Lab
pinning my hands
advisors.
down?
I'm sorry, what?
I was just asking if they are still pinning my hands down to my sides.
They still have your hands into your sides, yes.
Okay.
Advisors terminated throughout the lab. Perhaps the work of the infiltrator. They both turn towards you.
I shrug. Last one alive is a rotten egg. And I'd like to attempt to throw them off of me in that moment.
Absolutely. All right. I'm going to need you to make a check for me, please. This will be might and might. Difficulty is going to be 12. That is a crit. What opportunity would you like to have occur?
Oh. Gosh, I think in this instance I need to take a look at the list. Let's see. Okay, oh gosh, oh man. Can I create a bond with one of these?
Yeah, they don't have to be positive bonds.
Okay. I'd at least like the opportunity to throw them off of me in one go. I think that is what I would really truly like to do. But it might be nice just to have one of them on my side.
Well, you probably can't do that.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think in that instance, if they still have me pinned at my sides and I can do nothing else, I will scan them.
You've thrown them off.
Oh, I've thrown them off.
Yeah,
okay.
You've thrown them off. You got a crit. You threw them off.
Okay, excellent.
Beyond that, you can have an opportunity.
Okay, I think I would like to scan them for a vulnerability.
Okay, absolutely. So constructs typically are they're usually like immune to poison, but they are vulnerable to air and bolt.
Okay.
They are loyal, predictable, ruthless, and vigilant.
Okay. After scanning, I'm assuming that's my turn.
That will be your turn, yeah.
Okay.
Well, your real action was throwing them off. Yeah. Okay, it is their turn. Okie dokie. The Magitech troopers, you see the axe heads begin to take place where their hands were, and they are immediately going to try and strike out at you. Now, we need to do this the right way. You have dropped Angel's Revelry. So we need to do this the right way. Hold on. There we go. All right. Because you have lost some defense. All right. And your twin shields attack, that does not work anymore. You can't do that. All righty. The first one is going to take aim with its axe and will try and strike at you. That is a miss. As it rushes forward to attack you, Muhn, you manage to dodge out of the way as we see these ethereal silvery wings erupt from your back and your Valkyrie plate as you dodge out of the way, lifting up off the ground for just a moment. And then the other one's turn. Okay, this one is going to go and take aim at you with its axe strike. This time, it's a hit for 21 damage, Muhn.
Where does it hit me?
It finds purchase in between the joints of your plate armor. I think it hits you probably somewhere, maybe like where the shoulder pauldron meets the chest plate.
And I skid back a little from the momentum. Try and shake it off.
Okay, new round. It's your turn.
I wipe my nose. And I scan them again, but not in the way of doing anything. I just look them up and down. Are they blocking the way from whence we came?
I think they're just on either side of you, right? You threw them off, so I think you are probably free behind you.
I'm gonna make a run for it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and head back to my other shield.
Okay. I will say that will take an action for you.
Okay.
There's just this like close-up camera shot we see of Muhn just like barreling down the hallway. You just turn and run. You leap over with a like worm's eye camera view as we see you just like bicycling with your legs as you jump over some of the debris, skidding. You pick up Angel's Revelry. As you do, you can feel the magical properties of this shield. I think I'll leave it up to you how it feels when you pick it up. But you know that when you are in crisis with this shield, your health gains a bonus of 20 HP. How does that feel to you?
It feels like a fresh blanket right out of the dryer when you're very cold and you wrap yourself up in it and you suddenly get this, that's better. And my feet, they feel like they're planted on the ground now, whereas before I was just sort of tiptoeing around, and now I have this sense of being grounded, of my weight is solely focused down the middle. My gravity is centered, and I take a deep breath and I exhale, and several batches of ember stone dust sort of blow away as I let out that anxiety in one go.
The Magitech troopers round the corner and continue the fight. The nearest one rushes towards you. And you batter its axe attack away. The next one kind of spins as it rushes towards you, trying to catch you while you are defending against the first attack. Another miss. You easily avoid them.
I feel like I've got my stance planted, and almost like I don't really have to think about it too much. I just batter both of them away. And now I've got both of my shields ready.
Okay. It is your turn.
I'm going to take both shields and use twin shields on the closest trooper to me.
Okay.
Which one is that?
Target.
Yes. It's this one right here in front of me. Let's see if I can't show you exactly what I am made of. And I use twin shields. Attempt to use twin shields. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Right. Here's just my attack.
It's right at the top.
There it is. There it is.
That is a miss. Muhn, as you attempt to strike with both shields, punching away at these creatures, the nearest one sort of raises both of its arms up across to block both shields and pushes towards you, taking away your main attack power. There's a clang as you connect, but you're not able to get your full momentum into the attack.
And I feel this like all the way down to my shoulder, like just the coil from the kickback of my shield clanging against this solid brass / copper / whatever metal of just and it's loud too. It's really loud.
As the sound reverberates through the room and through your head, you can hear an echo in your mind. Muhn! Muhn!
Yes!
Hold them back!
I'm here!
I'll pepper them with the attacks!
Okay!
Just hold them back, please, Muhn!
And then I open my eyes. And I look at these things. Damn you!
It is their turn. They rush forward, and we begin to attack you with another axe strike.
Can I protect myself?
No. That is not possible, unfortunately. Another miss. This one comes in swinging. This time you're able to just dance out of the way, probably bobbing to the left to avoid the axe strike. The next one will attack you. This time, it's a hit. You're hit for 23 damage, Muhn. And you are slowed as well.
My shield drops for a second.
Okay. They have both gone. It is now your turn, Muhn. Around.
I pick my shield back up. I wipe my mouth because there's some blood coming out of my. And I shake. I am Muhn. I am here for your protection. And I rush in with twin shields again, attempting to hit
Make sure to
the target nearest me.
You rush forward, you stumble and miss.
I completely drop my shield. And I look at this thing like, and I'm scared.
Destroy. Destroy them. Muhn, do you hear me? Destroy them!
I will. And I start recoiling.
As you fall into crisis, Muhn, falling below half health, you feel the shield's magic begin to activate. And this warm feeling begins to spread through you. The bolstering of your health takes place. And you also feel the opposite in your other arm. Death's embrace. What does that feel like?
My left arm is suddenly coming up, and I start laughing because it feels so strange, and I sort of try and keep it down, but it just keeps raising, and I can't even stop it from... And it extends slowly, and I realize that this arm I haven't even noticed up at this point is actually covered in blood, and it's not my blood. What's happening? And I look at the nearest trooper. What are you doing to me?
We switch scenes. In the mountains between Syntharis and Elendrath, a team makes their way closer to the lab.
What do you think happened?
Good question. No, that much intel.
Okay, so glad I'm not the only one.
No.
Luckily this is close to the border. We're not too deep into enemy territory.
No. Been on worse missions. Deeper in enemy territory.
Who is there with you two?
And we have another Celestian. Tall, black woman, long black hair. Honestly, longer than should be practical. Yeah, it doesn't seem to ever really affect her in combat. Her name is Serena. She's the sort of tank of the group.
And we also have Kangar, an Andrathian guard, high rank, muscular elf with a lot of experience under his belt, been through a lot of skirmishes. I think it's the team leader currently, probably the highest rank in our group.
Everyone keep quiet. I think we're getting close. Do you see the smoke?
Yeah,
That wasn't there before.
isn't that good? Doesn't that mean they've done the job?
The communication scroll. It said that they needed backup urgently.
That smoke indicate that.
All right.
Something might have gone wrong.
I need both of you to please make me an insight check. The difficulty will be 12. Wow, you got a plus
Oh,
12. That was impressive.
Whoops.
Still, you rolled very well. Both of you in the distance can see the bodies strewn all about and the signs of a pitted battle, or at least the after effects of one. The smell of blood begins to ride on the wind. You can see the bodies of not only constructs, you see the bodies of the strike team, or at least a few of them, dressed in browns and greens and camouflage, make their way through the area as unnoticed as possible. The moonlight still manages to pick up enough for you to tell who they are at this distance. Captain Kanger points and says, "I think we might be too late."
I fear you might be right, Captain. This is not good.
Where are the heroes? There were heroes on that team.
The map continued onwards into the facility.
Possibly. I don't think I see anyone out here.
Be on your guard, everyone. We don't know what to expect. I see. I see 3 of the strike team. There's still at least 4 more. But remember, our job here today is to find any information left in this facility, retrieve it, and destroy it. Do you understand?
Aye.
Understood.
All right. I want you two take the switch back to the right. The rest of us are going to go down the left path. Stay on your guard. Move slowly. Stay low.
Stay
Separate
safe, Captain.
and move behind cover whenever possible. I don't
Understood.
know what to expect.
Be careful.
Right? I need a group stealth check from you two.
I can leave that. Stealth, would that just be Dex?
Dex, yes.
What's the difficulty on my end?
12. When you are supporting the check, it's just a 10.
And I can use a bond, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
Ugh.
Okay. As you begin to try and stealth down the switchback, the cover is poor and you misjudge some of the terrain. You slide a bit, finding it difficult to slow down. You do a bit of windmilling as you begin to head down the switchback. As you do, you can see that there are 2 weapons that swing your way. They look like some kind of pistol as they focus on you near the front of the facility. They apparently have picked you up and they are aiming towards you. As they do,
Get down!
let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna eat this. Okay. Let's see. What are both of your defenses?
Mine's a 9 right now.
And I have 12.
Okay. Derevak, you managed to just barely dodge out of the way. However, Azuka, you are hit by what appears to be some kind of shrapnel. It takes a chunk out of the rock nearby, and the shrapnel blasts towards you. You're going to take 7 damage. This will be piercing damage, or physical damage, I guess, as the rock just sort of splinters and you catch some of the flechettes of the rock.
Okay, I'm okay. Just have the remote ready.
Okay, we're gonna start a clock here as you attempt to infiltrate the facility. However, the 2 weapons on the front of the facility are now pointed your way. How do you want to try and get past them?
Oh boy. Ooh.
I would argue speed.
Just charge through.
Stealth is out the window.
Yeah, I want to see if we can find the way the previous team must have gotten through and just barrel through as well, just speed through that.
Okay.
Plus, we would act as a distraction for the other team.
Okay. So, who's doing what? Are you both just running as fast as you can to the entrance? Or is one of you trying to find another way?
I will barrel as fast as I can to the entrance and act as a distraction if Darvak wants to find another way. But Azuka, I will definitely barrel through.
Okay.
I think we stick together. So Darvak will follow Azuka as close as he can.
Okay. I think this is going to be probably... I need to just double check this. I think it's might and might. Let me check. Hold on. Get out my old cheat sheet. Oh, okay. This is actually going to be Dex and Insight.
Oh, okay.
Dex and Insight. Who wants to lead this group check?
Oh, I wasn't very good last time when I led the check.
My turn then. Dex and Insight, you said?
Yep.
And let's see. Do I set group difficulty as well?
Difficulty will be still 12.
All right. Let's see if that works. There we go.
I do have a bond with you. See that? Damn.
Okay, finish up the check there. Oh no! Oh no! Okay. That's unfortunate. The weapon fires again. And let's see. Oh, well, I rolled a fumble. Okay. You immediately both, I think, get... Oh, wait. Actually, you don't get a Fabula point. I get an Ultima point. That's the way that works. Okay. Yeah. As the weapon begins to fire, you are you're running horribly. The terrain is very uneven. Like there's a lot of debris here. There's dead bodies that you're kind of like sometimes tripping over as you're rushing to get there. And I think maybe you recognize some of these people and it throws you off a little bit. You're trying to focus on your mission, but it's like, holy shit, I spoke to that person this morning or something along those lines. It's running through your head and it's just, your heart is racing. And these cannons kind of go off again, firing this projectile as We see debris just raining down all around you. There's rocks that are just kind of... But it's created enough of a distraction for you to progress. You're 2 of 4 on the clock. As you are getting closer to the entrance, you can see the other team. Captain what was his name?
Kanger.
Kanger. There we go. Captain Kanger is yelling something, but you can't hear him over the sound of the debris and the cannons firing. You can see that and this was Viesa? Was that her name?
Viesa, yeah.
Viesa. It looks like they are setting up to shoot some kind of spell effectively at this cannon. You can see her working a spell and getting something ready. And she is going to make a roll. If I can find the right die. There it is. This one and this one. Ooh, that's a good roll. She lets loose this. You see this large, like, ball lightning start to, like, form in her hands. She holds it up and she raises her staff up, and at the same time her staff touches the ball lightning. It dissipates, connects with the gem in the staff. She points it towards the cannons. The cannons, you see one of the cannons go out. There's still one more pie left of this pizza, and as the debris is kind of like raining down all about you, you have one more action to complete to try and get in. What do you think it is?
As we're running forward, I'm going to... how far away is the remaining turret construct?
It's up, I would say, probably 20 feet, and you're probably 20 feet away from the entrance, something like that.
Okay. Would it be feasible for me to get to it, clamber up and try to strike it?
Speak in fucking meters for you guys.
I
gotta switch my brain.
Absolutely fine. You're fine. I played enough D&D. Everything's in feet in D&D. That's fine. Is it feasible for me to be able to clamber up and strike that with a melee attack, or if I want to attack, would it be from range down here?
Ooh, I think you can always try. It's definitely going to be harder to do that.
Okay. In that case, as we're running, very suddenly I drop to all fours and keep running, and I'm going to attack as my tail races behind me, and I'm going to shoot a barb of bone into the turret as I continue moving forward.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Deal some damage. There you go.
Oh, that's another big crit. What opportunity do you take?
Oh,
if you need a quick reference, it's in the journal tab.
Yeah,
it's labeled as opportunities.
That's gonna fill it. I think. Oh, I know. I want to pick plot twist. Someone or something of your choice suddenly appears on the scene, and I'd like one living member of Muhn's team to arrive.
Okay. Who is it?
Oh, I think it is an Elendrath elf, tall, oddly muscularly built for an elf, and they are a pugilist. You can tell from the knuckle dusters, the very large knuckle dusters on their fists, that they all about throwing punches. Azuka and them, their name is Carbo. Azuka and them have sparred many times before. They're good friends, and probably was one of the main reasons why Azuka was so determined to be put onto this mission, this backup mission. But yeah, Carbo. Hey.
They are looking extremely hurt. They sort of stumble out of this area, and as you do your barbed strike, you can see them stumble out. You can see that one of their eyes is kind of closed. There's blood coming down half of their face, and you can see that there are... something is a little off about them. They're wobbling, they're looking around. They look kind of bewildered or shell-shocked as they make their way to the entrance. You can see the cannon doesn't so much explode from your barb, as you seem to have like hit a line or something important inside this cannon, and it just kind of like slides down, and it looks like it's powered off.
I think not slowing down, using my momentum, I think I'm gonna like almost grab Carbo and move them out of the way, like to the side of the doorway, in case there's anyone or anything else. Carbo, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, are you,
What are you
sit
doing
down.
here?
Backup has arrived. We got a missive saying that you needed backup, so we came as soon as we could. What happened?
That's
Tell us.
too much. Too much. There was way more than we were expecting.
It's okay. Okay. Save your breath. Save your breath.
Constructs.
Go back.
Yes.
Do you think you can help her?
Yes.
They are
Calm down,
doing
calm down.
something here.
Oh. Try to speak for now.
What did?
I will cast
No,
heal.
you must hear me. They are doing something here.
What are they doing?
People trapped inside Emberstone.
What?
Why? Do you know why?
Muhn went further in.
Okay. Just
Is that one of the heroes?
Yes.
yes, the Valkyrie.
The Valk. I don't think I've heard about her. Let me help you
been-
first.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, what
I'll
do you
cast
do?
I would like to cast heal on Cabo and Azuka.
Okay. Might ask you for a target or something, but I'm not sure. Okay. So, so you can recover 40 HP for both of them, and this is going to cost you 20 mana.
I will tell you, I don't look hurt enough to be given 40 HP. I think focus for sure on Carbo for sure.
Fair enough. Derek trusts Azuka, and if Azuka says he's all right, then
Focus on Carbo, I'm fine. Just a flash ring.
Yeah. All right. Very well. Here you go, Cabo. Hope this feels better.
You begin to see the wounds close up, but something's wrong here. Derivak, as you begin to heal Abo, there's a strange feeling. How do you normally feel when you heal someone?
normally I would feel a gust of wind surround me, and I sort of infuse my presence with that and spread it to whoever I'm helping, and make it surround them, sort of like a healing wind. And it's a mild to a warm wind, which usually soothes myself and my the one I'm healing.
This feels not like a wind, maybe initially, but as soon as you make the connection with Cabo, sort of maybe feeling that wind spread out over them, there's something that like interrupts it. It's like a staticky kind of feeling at first, as if you're shocked, and then it sort of feels like rough, like steel wool rubbing against your skin. There's a red gleam in Cabo's eyes as he looks at you.
What's happened to you? Bazooka, something's wrong.
I don't know. It doesn't feel right.
No, it really doesn't.
It hurts. It hurts.
Oh,
Ah! Ah!
I dropped the spell.
Starts to scream, and his back sort of bows and bends at an unnatural angle. The captain and Viesa rush over. Cabo! Cabo!
They
Something's
seem
very
pretty
wrong.
hurt.
What did you do to him?
I cast a healing spell. I don't have any offensive spells that I use here. And it felt wrong. Started to prickle my skin, and Cabo reacted very strangely. I don't know what's going on. Their eyes glinted red as well.
As you look towards Cabo, who's still yelling in pain, his back is bowed, or their back is bowed, and you can see like this red crust begin to form on their skin.
What's happening? What? Captain, what's happening?
Cabo! Cabo, hold on! We're going to heal you! Try again!
I'll try a potion.
And I would like to try administer a remedy. I think.
Very well. You spend your 3 inventory points to pull out a remedy from your inventory.
Here, try this instead. Try drinking it. Please.
Cabo is in pain. He's just...
Here, let me help you. I'm gonna try and just
Yeah.
gently pour it down.
uncork. And we'll pour it down together.
You assist with the remedy. For a moment. The red gently fades from Cabo's eye. They look towards you.
That is better. I can breathe again.
It's good to hear.
I'm so sorry. I didn't expect my magic to hurt you.
I still feel strange.
You can see that the majority of Cabo's wounds have not closed up and healed. That head wound that's been sort of bleeding over half of their face. And now, this like red sort of crust has developed across parts of their body.
Is that Emberstone?
It looks like it. They mentioned that some of the experiments Syntharis has been doing here, dipping people in ember stone. Is that correct, Kaba?
No. They were inside the crystals.
Inside?
Yes.
There are people inside ember stone.
Did they put them inside? Or...
I do not know. I was fighting near the front here, and Muhn and the rest of the team went in. I held off as long as I could.
You rest here. Captain, do you think you can find a place for them to hide until we're back?
Yes.
You said that Moon's gone further in.
Yes. Where is the Valkyrie? She... I heard some more fighting inside. Yelling. Screams. Let's get him inside. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Get that arm. Yes, Captain. They begin to drag Cabo inside. You see more devastation inside the front of this building. There's signs of fighting all over. You see broken constructs. You see fire damage. You see pipes burst. There are bronze and copper pipes kind of all about with large gauges on them. There are containers that you can see that have been broken and spilled out. Emberstone remnants all about, crushed beneath whatever force made them explode.
It's blasted industry.
Yeah. Keep an eye out. I have to call him if it gets a bit too rough.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
bound
sir.
to be.
Vanessa, stay behind. Watch after Cabo. I'm going with them. Yes, Captain. Do not fight unless necessary. We must not draw their
Cabo
attention.
Kaba mentioned that there are other constructs, or more constructs than they anticipated down there. They might be small around,
Yeah, it's bound
so we have to
be.
keep an eye out.
What is this place? What are they doing here?
Captain, do you get any intel about this except gather intel and destroy it?
Just a location. There are too many conflicts happening on the borders. This was just meant to create a diversion. We were trying to drive our way further into Syntharis. Hopefully, take some reinforcements from the border. This was supposed to be a strategic strike. We weren't expecting this many.
I think they might have been anticipating that.
Oh, seems to have been a hell of a fight.
All right. Which one of you has the best insight?
I think Darabek.
I believe that would be me, yes.
Okay. Captain would often rely on you then to try and be a lookout. He says,
That hall there.
Yes,
Do you
Captain.
hear or see anything?
insight and insight. Difficulty will be 12.
I'll have a look, Captain.
Nothing basically strikes you as odd down this corridor.
Didn't see anything out of the ordinary, Captain.
All right. Let's take this path.
Right behind you.
Captain begins to lead the way. And was the captain... I can't remember. You said...
Latrithian guard captain.
Yeah, Eldrathian. Yeah. Okay. So the captain would probably... I mean, this is kind of a strike mission. I imagine that they're not really wearing, like, heavy armor or anything along those lines. This is a stealth mission, Snake. And, you know, this is basically one of those. So not wearing heavy armor, mostly, like, leathers and such. And probably has, I imagine, probably a sword. And is sort of taking the lead. Staying close to the wall on the right side. There are pipes that are... You hear various pings, the sounds of the metal expanding in various places. There's steam that's just kind of blowing in here. It's very hot and humid in this hallway at the moment. You can see various gauges along some of the pipes that are just kind of like redlining. You know, they're redlining. You can see humidity like building up on the inside of the gauge and stuff. And ping, 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 ping. There's like probably a burst pipe. He just kind of ducks out of the way of it. You can see like he's been hit. He's probably bit burned like on part of his head.
Captain, you okay?
Watch yourselves. This place is falling apart.
Sure is.
He's got his sword ready, staying close to that right wall. And I need a group dex check. Dex, please. This will be difficulty 12.
I can lead this one. I haven't led any in a bit. Difficulty 12 at my end.
There we go.
Okay.
I'll be rolling, right? No?
Yeah.
Is the NPC not stopping? Yeah.
Okay. You make your way through the corridor. There doesn't appear to be any resistance. Making your way around the corner, you can see that this corridor leads to what appears to be a larger area. This is an open room. There appear to be various lab tables here. You can see that there are 8 of them. And they're in various states of disarray. Some of the tables are flipped. Some of the tables are on their side. And you can see that there is a large emberstone crystal in this room. It is about the size, I would say maybe 7 or 8 feet tall. And it is probably 5 feet wide. And again, forgot to convert to metric.
You're good. You don't need to.
And this crystal appears to be empty. There doesn't appear to be anything inside of it. There are various pipes and things that are connected to this crystal, and you can see that there are probably something that throws you for a bit of a loop. You can see rudimentary computers around this place. They're different than what we would expect. The monitors are styled differently. A few of them are sort of round, and they're integrated into this sort of technology that Centaurus appears to have. But they do have like some monitors, and some of them appear to be on.
I think Derevak scooches up to Azuka.
Hey, did you guys ever implement things like this?
No, this is a lot.
This feels familiar, but not, you know.
Azuka looks at you, kind of watching your expression as you say this. Familiar how? Do you remember something?
Well, parts of it. Seeing this, not the crystal necessarily, but these monitors. Triggered
More
something.
technology.
Well, yes,
Syntharis is right with it.
so it seems.
They do not cling to the old ways, and you see all it has wrought? Stormveil Rift is expanding. We've seen as much with our own scouts and eyes. What are these contraptions? Do you know of them?
I think so.
Not maybe. They seem familiar. But
Let me take a look at it. I'm going to go to one of the monitors, see what's reading on the screen, and see if I can manipulate it in any way. Look through any files, folders, things like that.
Sure. There's probably like a, it's not like a touch screen or anything, but there's probably like big clunky buttons on it that kind of allow you to do similar actions.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through it, see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm imagining like, you know, like big clunky button technology from like the 60s and the 70s, maybe.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. Like if you ever saw those like really old, like archaic, handheld video games, like the football games or whatever that like had those big clunky buttons on them. It's kind of like that. Like you're kind of like pushing it, and yeah, it's you begin to look through here, and I would like you to make, it's probably insight and insight, but let me double check and use my cheat sheet because I can never remember the right combination. Yeah, this will be insight. Difficulty will be 10.
Okay. 10 exactly.
Okay. Begin to look through this file, which should be, I mean, you for some reason you feel like it shouldn't be this easy to look at this. There should be something stopping you from looking at this. And as you look through, you can see that this is detailing magical infusion. It says it's effectively something about infusing the Emberstone with magic. And as you sort of skim through this, you can see unknown qualities of Emberstone. You can start to see experiments trying to figure out what these unknown qualities are. And there are a list of various experiments, and you can see like each station in this room is labeled. Station 1, Day 1, Emberstone Magical Infusion Trial. And it starts to... You're taking some time to do this, and like the captain is restless behind you, right? Well, what is it?
I'm going through. It seems like there's a log of experiments they've been doing on this piece of Emberstone, trying to figure out other
Any
properties
scrolls or papers or anything we can take?
No, it's all on here.
What do you mean on here?
Come look.
What
let me
is
take a look
this?
around as well.
You're showing the captain, and it's like trying to explain to your, great grandparents how to use an email.
Don't worry. Just give me time. I can write this down.
Time is something we don't have. Can we take this whole thing? what about this? And he's like, it looks like he's like thinking about like trying to take the monitor. You know, like he's just trying to.
No, don't pull it.
Hang on.
I lean over Azuka's shoulder.
Hey, is there like a print button? You know? I'll see if I can find those scrolls.
I'll look to see if there's anything like a printer attached or connected to this thing.
Yeah. I'm not going to make you roll another check for this. I'm just going to say that we'll base this off of your previous check. Yeah, there's something like plugged into this. And for a second it's familiar to you, and you find there's some kind of thing on the interface that tells you to upload and download.
I'm gonna try from this interface to this like smaller device attached to it, you said? I'm gonna try and upload to it.
Yeah. There's probably some symbols that appear on the screen, and you understand what they mean. You understand that it's just effectively like a countdown. And then a light flashes. Complete.
Okay. I'll unplug it.
Okay, what do you mean?
I think it's all in here now. And I'll lift the attachment.
What sort of magic is this?
I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I will grab anything that looks like plugs and cords that are related to this to bring with us as well. I will unplug those and bring those.
Okay. It's effectively some kind of thumb drive that you've taken. It's not quite shaped like we would expect. It would be like one of those weird, novelty thumb drives or something, like something oddly shaped, what have you. Maybe it's circular or something. It's maybe about the size of your hand, something like that. Not exactly super convenient, but it's more convenient than grabbing the entire computer.
Yeah.
So you grab this.
I'll put it into my inventory.
Put it into your inventory. At that moment, the monitor begins to flash. Unauthorized access.
Whoops.
I'll turn and look for any kind of reinforcements that might be coming or arriving from this alert.
Yeah. As you turn, you can see that in fact, several things begin to happen around the lab. The monitor flashes. Sparks begin to shoot from the monitor, and there is a sort of immediate electrical surge that overtakes the entirety of the computer. It begins to get thrashed, and as the monitor and the computer gets thrashed, you can see that there are several lights that begin to flash around the lab, and you can see that there are things that begin to move up near the roof of the room. You can see ceiling, I should say, the up floor. You see stuff sort of detaching from the walls, as they look like sort of these cubes, and they begin to detach from the wall. Also, you can see that there are several constructs that begin to detach from the wall. As this happens, these bronze pods open up. And
all right,
Boy.
I think it's time to go.
As these pods open up, what would you like to do?
I immediately turn to Derek and go, I'm gonna call him now, and I'm gonna transform the moment I see all these constructs open up.
All right. Give him hell.
As Azuka almost lurches forward and their back arches as they grow in size. They go from their almost measly 5 foot flat to almost hitting almost 7 feet tall. They bulge in muscle mass, and 2 extra tails burst out from their lower back. They turn their hair and fur turns entirely white with charcoal gray in there, and almost like tiger-like stripes start to appear along their body as they turn from Azuka to
Carnifex. Oh, boss, he calls me to fight his battles. Again.
Oh,
Oh, more
you're gonna
contracts.
have fun sometime too, you know?
We could change it up a bit, at least. Getting tired of the contracts.
The constructs begin to emerge from the wall, and you can see several of these lantern-like shapes burst forth from near the ceiling, and the captain says, "We're outnumbered! We need to move!"
Then run, I'll hold them back.
Are you a fool?
Carnifex turns, run.
Are you
And
sure?
He says, "I'm the captain. You go!"
Carnifex growls. Lucky I have this collar on me. And they turn and will start to run.
There's always time for play later.
The 2 of you begin to run. You see the captain raise sword and begin to engage against several of these constructs. Several of these lanterns begin to fly in, and you can see him begin to do these sort of acrobatic strikes over your shoulder, beginning to engage. Clang, 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 as he begins to fight. And
Carnifex.
he yells down the hall, "Look out!" I need you both to make an insight check, group check, whoever wants to lead here.
I think that should be you, for sure, Derek.
My turn. Insight.
Difficulty is going to be 14.
Oh, wow. All right.
Oh boy. Okay, let's hope I can help you here.
So yours just has to be a 10, by the way, when you're supporting.
I think they put the wrong.
Yeah. So that is that should be with your bond. What is your bond, Azuka, with Derek?
It should be 2.
Okay. Yeah. So yours was supposed to be a success there. So this should be a 14. So that is a success. Derevak, you hear the captain yell this. You look around a bit wildly, rubbernecking kind of all over the place, and you can see this massive fireball chasing down the corridor towards you.
Run, Carnifex. Run.
Carnifex almost bounds and digs their claws into the ground and across the ceiling, the wall and the ceiling. They're going to try and like squeeze past, not slow down, just move the momentum, but past and around this fireball coming our way.
Okay. This fireball, for the audience, you can see the pipes bursting. This horrible ping, 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 ping sounds as rivets just popping all over the place from this fireball and the already strained pipes that are overwhelmed.
This massive explosion of fire is following both of you. I need you to both make dex checks. This is a group dex check. Difficulty is going to be 12.
I can do this one. I have pretty good
Think it's your
dex.
turn?
So dex, and difficulty 12. Oh, nice.
Well, crit doesn't matter for the support, but
Damn.
it's still a fail, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I gotta roll some dice because you guys are about to take some damage. This will be fire damage.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's not too much though. Luckily for you, I rolled really badly. This is gonna be 4 fire damage.
Okay.
Both of you are sort of
Give me my
singed as this fireball explodes behind you. You make your way into the next room, and the sight before you is at least a little bit comforting as you see someone fighting constructs themselves in front of you. As now, this person clad in silver armor, ethereal silver wings behind them, contends with several constructs.
Oh, she seems strong. Are you fighting her?
I hope not. She a hero?
You both can immediately feel like this person hasn't really noticed you yet. She's fighting for her life, it seems like. There is a wild look in her eye. She holds 2 shields. And she screams as these constructs attack. What do you do?
I
don't stop. I charge forward and I'm going to lunge at one of the constructs, the one that looks like it's going for this ironclad woman, and deal some damage. But basically
well.
slow it down.
Then,
Uh,
let's bring you over here as you join the combat. Alrighty. Let's get
Derek
some
does the same.
initiatives checks, please.
We're here to help. Don't make us regret it.
I'm just here to fight.
What? Have I noticed them yet?
you see this massive tiger lion guy bounding on all fours, charging towards, just right past you towards the construct. How do you do initiative checks?
So you
I was gonna
shift.
ask.
Yeah, so Deravac started it.
So I just support that. Okay.
You can do it
Oh,
that
I
way.
did click the right one. All right.
Do I need to roll again?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I will wait.
So you just have to support Deravax.
Yes. Okay, I'm so sorry.
No worries. Okay, Deravac. That is enough. Your group is going to go first. Who would like to go first in the group?
If everyone's down for it, since I did describe
gonna
them just
leave it to
charging
you.
forwards. Yeah. Carnifex on all fours charges and pounces at the closest construct, and will do. I'll initiate 2 weapon fighting, and I'll do 2 attacks at this creature.
Okay, hover over it and just push T to target, whichever one you were attacking.
Oh, no, wrong button. There we go. Damn. That first strike misses. I'll go for the second one. Keep pressing the wrong button. Damn it. This one. There we go. The other one digs into it, and I'm gonna negate damage. I'm gonna use my feature Bone Crusher. As I dig my claws into it and squeeze, I'm going to give it, as I dig my claw into its face, I think, and start to dig my claws into it, I'm gonna give it a dazed condition. I can show that real quick. Bone Crusher. There you go. Give it the dazed weak. As it now has the dazed condition, and then I will spin almost in like a weird, almost beautiful movement of like a combination of Tai Chi and Capoeira, this kind of dancing fight. I'm going to initiate my dance ability as well, which is, I believe, is it the Kraken dance. As I give it a dazed condition, I do the Kraken dance right after it. Choose another creature that is able to see you. If that creature is already dazed, it immediately suffers slow. As I tear away from it, I also give it a slow condition. They use 10 MP for that. And then I land back beside Muhn on all fours.
Whoa. I wipe away some blood. What? Where did you? And all I can do is stammer.
Just stay focused. Zuko will be pissed if you die.
And I turn towards the troopers.
It's the other team's turn. Okay. As several of these lanterns begin to spin into the room, I'm going to give one of them a turn, I think. Alrighty. It will take aim. And let's see here. Is this set up to randomly roll? It certainly is. It will use Elemental Discharge. I don't know how this is going to work, so I'm just going to push the button and see what happens. No, wait. I have to roll to see what kind of damage this is. Alright. This is going to be fire damage towards Azuka. Azuka. You see this magic begin to coalesce around one of these lanterns. Swirling fire begins to erupt where this magic coalesces and blasts out towards you. You dodge out of the way, however. Who's next?
I'll go. And I ready both my shields. All right. This time, you're mine. And I rush towards them, using both of my shields as somewhat of momentum, and you see me become this blur as I go immediately for the one closest towards me.
That's a hit.
A huge clang of metal as I finally land contact with this.
Muhn, I need to ask you a question. Would
Yes.
you like to use the special ability for Death's Embrace? It costs you 10 hit points to deal an additional 10 damage.
Yes.
Very well.
You see me kind of vacillate a little bit.
What does it look like when you hit with Death's Embrace? How does it do this extra damage? What does it look like? What does it do to you? And what does it do to this Magitech trooper?
For a moment, I'm really unable to move on my own. All of it is just straight from the lateral muscle right down to the fingertips. I have no control of my left arm, and this shield goes right into the helmet of this trooper, and you can see this like electrical spark, this damage that comes off of this thing. Like if you slowed it down, it would just have this lightning effect, and you would see it reflect on Muhn's face like like I did damage with this. But as soon as it recoils, you can tell that it is really painful. There's a shockwave that comes up all the way up to my arm, and I stand there for a second and go, ah! And then I'm brought to my knees as I spit out more blood.
If you're gonna say good attack, but don't overextend yourself.
No,
No. You okay?
we gotta beat these things. They're deadly. I don't know what happened. They could have killed everything.
Okay. Let's see. So Muhn, your turn is done. Their turn. Okay, I think that the one that was back here is going to attack this Magitech trooper right there. Set that up. I certainly did. Woo. Aims towards you, Daravak. It rushes forwards. You see its hand axe raise up. You fought a Magitech trooper before, though, and you kind of know its motions. They all kind of move very similarly. So you're able to dodge out of the way from this axe strike.
Can't strike again, I know you're kind.
Who's next? This has got to be Daravak.
Yeah, that'll be me.
You seem a bit under the weather. Let me help you get back up.
And I believe I would like to cast Heal on Muhn. Let's see, I need to target, right?
Yes. Okay, spend the 10 mana there, and Muhn, you recover 40 HP. You should be able to click your token and then hit that variable HP button, I think.
That should do you for a while.
There you go. We got some new animations that are working today. Yeah. All right. We updated. I updated a bunch of stuff. I'm so happy it worked.
I stand up a little straighter, and I nod. Thank you.
Give him hell.
All right, their turn now. I think we're gonna have one of the other arcane lanterns go. This one back here is going to elemental discharge. This is gonna be bolt. This will be bolt towards you, Azuka, and there's just a small lightning bolt that flies right past your head. Just an unlucky shot from this thing. It's kind of spinning almost like a top as it blasts this, and maybe it just miscalculated its turn as it shot this, but it splashes past you.
Carnifex is loving this. He's like,
this is incredible. This is so much fun. I'm so sorry. You seem strong, but these are easy.
I'm glad you think so. I could use the help.
Okay.
And I'm just watching him like...
The other Magitech trooper is gonna attempt to swing its axe towards one of you.
towards Carnifex. It rushes forward. Carnifex, you're able to pounce on this creature and just stop its movements as it tries to attack you. And then lastly, the last arcane lantern will go. This is going to be another bolt attack. Another one towards you, Carnifex. It's a miss.
This is fun. I don't understand why Zuko needed my help. This is, even he could have done this.
I sort of just stand there and stammer. Sure, but you know.
Boy, Carnifex, don't get too cocky, all right?
Whose turn?
Yeah, little one. I'll show you how it's done.
I will take my turn as I will charge forward again, and I'm going to strike 3 creatures because my attacks have multi 3. So as you see them, they pounce forward and will slash with with this guy. Yeah. So is there a way to target more than one?
Yep, Shift T.
Character? Shift T. Okay, perfect. I think they'll target the 2 constructs and one of the lanterns.
Okay.
Actually, no. They already did some damage to that front lantern, front construct, so take out the other lantern and we'll strike.
It's all working. Yay. Those are all hits.
As you see them charge forward and slash, leap from the other construct, slash again and leap from another one and come down with a punch down onto the other lantern. And as they do this, they're going to deal the damage to all of these, but then in that movement, in that beautiful almost dance through the air, they're going to use their dance ability. And they're going to go with the Banshee dance. And this time, or not this time, once again, they're going to target the front construct with this and hit them with a Banshee dance. Choose another creature who's able to see. If that creature has slow already, they immediately suffer shaken. And because this is a new dance, I only lose 5 MP for this. So now that front construct is also shaken, as you see this movement of this, they shouldn't be moving this gracefully through the air, this towering figure, but they do. And they seem to be having fun with it as well, as they land back again beside Muhn.
Okay. Fair enough. Carnifex just, you see them just sort of rush up and tear these things apart, piece by piece. And then we're going to have, I think, the Magitech Trooper here go. We'll rush forward to attempt an axe strike. Towards Muhn. Muhn, it rushes forward, and as it does, you can see that the axe begins to become coated in electricity. It rushes towards you, and as it chops, you hold up both of your shields and wing, just strike at the same time and just disperse the force of the attack. There's a spark that erupts through the air as you do so. Who's next?
You're doing good, Carnifex, but things are getting dicey.
Yeah.
I would like to,
relax.
I'd like to go next. Now, if I recall correctly, barrier is just a thing I can do during a scene. It's not an action.
I don't
No,
know.
it would still be. It would be an action.
Yeah, it would be an action. Yeah. So
It just lasts, like, the effects of it
Yeah,
lasts for a
lasts
scene,
for
which is
a
a
scene.
whole fight.
yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's still a spell.
So Dervac brings out his steam canister, and
All right, let's have a little bit of protection, all right? And here we go.
he swings it around his head, and he opens up the canister, and wind starts to swirl around and causing a barrier around all three of us.
I look at him.
So I'm gonna spend 15 MP to protect all three of us. And I believe you can click on the barrier stuff to get the effect.
I think it says you can choose to use your own defense. My own defense is higher right now.
Well,
Yeah.
Moon's is as
just
well.
in case.
Okay, so it'll just be
So-
the one target. So it's just going to be the 5 MP, not the 15. Oh my God!
Okay.
They added a new button. Yes. Did you see that little?
Yeah,
swirly
little D button.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank God. All right.
But I want to cast on myself, and or Muhn is your defense
Yeah,
higher as well?
way higher.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll just do it on myself.
Okie doke.
Well, at least I'm protected.
Wow, that looks really cool.
Thank you. Your shields too.
You can't give one to me?
Well, can you make me spin?
And I kind of look down and then shrug my shoulders.
We'll trade later, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the next Magitech Trooper is going to take aim at you, Derivak, but misses. It rushes towards your steam and air barrier around yourself and just is buffeted and pushed backwards. Okay, who is next? Got to be Muhn, I guess.
Yeah. And I look at both of my new friends here, and I make eye contact and I say, Muhn. And I charge forward at this one construct that seems to be evading every type of damage that I'm throwing at it. Man. And I start screaming this kind of like, not blood-curdling scream, but definitely one of frustration.
Muhn, can you please
Yes.
make me a check?
A what check?
I need a check. Please make a willpower and willpower check.
A willpower and willpower check.
Difficulty is 12.
Well, I'm screaming my head off. I'm gonna make this check for you. Ooh, that's a
Okay.
failure.
Thank you. You can go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. To no avail.
As Muhn attacks this creature, rushing forward, a bit wild in her attack, looks unpracticed and a little awkward.
I'd like
As
sort of
Muhn,
clang off of it like,
as Muhn attacks this creature, the construct falls apart. Clang!
Wow, what a hit!
Did we see contact?
No.
I
What just happened? We can talk about this later.
Yeah. We got more things to worry about.
yeah.
Oh, they added a bunch of new features to make this so much. Thank you. Thank you, Project Fabula Ultima. Thank you. If you put something to 0, it just goes away. It's great.
Oh, that's fun. That's good.
That's good.
Okay. That's it for your turn, man.
I look
Alright.
at my shield like,
Arcane Lantern is going to go next. I'm going to say it's going to be this one, actually. Let's do this. And It begins to spin and will try to use an elemental discharge. This time it will be fire damage. Towards Azuka. This is a critical fumble. As it does so, it explodes. Misjudging its own attack.
Oh, this is honestly kind of pathetic, Azuka. Why couldn't Azuka do this? The short one, why couldn't Azuka do this?
You know, I'm starting to listen. I'm starting to believe you, yeah? But it's not over yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Who is next? Oh, you guys have all gone this round. Okay, another arcane lantern will go. This one is gonna go. We'll try to elemental discharge. This is going to be bolt damage towards Azuka, and that is a miss.
These must be new models. Not calibrated yet.
Okay, the last arcane lantern is gonna go, and this will be fire damage towards Muhn. You're able to raise up a shield just in time as this like flamethrower like effect just sort of heats up the shield a little bit, but you just brush it away. All right, new round. Who's first?
Let me try this.
I would like to cast Ventus on. It's only 3 left. I hadn't hit it. So I will target all 3. There we go.
Yeah, Shift T to target.
Oh, Shift T for multi-target.
Yep.
My bad. There we go.
This worked before, so let's try again.
You managed to hit the Magitech Trooper with this, as this massive gust of air blasts through, and the lanterns sort of get tossed about in the air, moving about as like a miniature tornado starts to form, and the Magitech Trooper is just kind of bashed and slammed against the ground as this attack hits.
You would have seen Azuka and Carnifex have seen this before, but what Muhn would have seen is essentially Dervac taking a very firm stand on the ground, raising his steam canister again, and essentially just open it up to max and blasts towards the enemies.
Excellent.
Ah, there we go. I knew it would have worked.
Whoa! What is that? What kind of magic is that?
Air. Or steam.
Oh! And my jaw kind of drops because I've always wanted to talk to somebody who's powered by steam or uses steam.
Okay. Let's see. The Magitech Trooper is going to go next. It will take aim and strike towards you, Daravac. That is a miss. You have higher than 16 defense? How is that possible? Oh, that's not correct. Something borked.
Barrier borked, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. You definitely don't have... I think you have 12. So that should be a hit with 22 bolt damage.
Base 12.
No, barrier just replaces it, so it's 12.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that is a hit for 22 bolt damage.
Can I step in to protect?
You absolutely can. That's
Right, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dervac braces for impact first, but
you sort of see Muhn, or I kind of slide over right in front of you and just take this square to the shield, and eventually the shield kind of gives out, and I just sort of like just stand there and shake from electricity.
There you go.
Exactly.
Thanks.
No problem.
Moon, you
That's
do
what I
take
do.
that 22 damage, so make sure to apply that.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
I can go up, seeing Muhn shaken. Carnifex lunges forward.
This is starting to get boring because if they charge,
Forwards and will slash again, do a multi-attack and slash at all three of these.
Oh, what? That's 4. How did you hit 4? There aren't even 4 there.
I have no clue.
Amazing. Yeah, that's 4 hits somehow on 3 targets. Good job.
As they charge forward, they slash once, slash twice, slash 3 times. And as they do, they're going to do, again, in that movement, in that grace, they're going to initiate another dance. Called the very uncalled with how badass the kind of has been, but it's called the unicorn dance. And I use 5 HP MP, and I and someone I have a bond with heals health equal to my dex die right now. My dex die is 8, so I heal 8, and the only one I have a bond with right now is Daravac. So Daravac, you heal 8 as well.
Okay. Just make sure to take the mind points away from that.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay, and this is has bond with you that you and the ally both recover. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you begin to heal. All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All righty.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you can see the damage that Carnifex has done to these constructs. They're pretty torn up. Like, several of them are just kind of like, like there's exposed wiring and stuff, and there's various like bits of magic kind of leaking out, like sort of moving all about them. The arcane lantern is going to attack. And this will be bolt damage towards Carnifex. Another miss, Carnifex, as you dance around. Okay. Muhn.
I'm looking at one of these lanterns over here, or actually, the one that's right in the middle. I kind of want to just walk up to it and see if I can crush it just a little bit with both my shields, just kind of a clang effect.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, you little guy. And so I kind of have both shields just raised up and ready to just box this thing's proverbial ears. Let's see if I can do it.
That is a hit. As you crush this lantern, the glass just kind of shatters, and the magic you can see begins to leak out all over it. Muhn, please make me an insight. Difficulty will be 12.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. The arcane lantern that is remaining will go. And it will do, ice damage if it hits.
towards Daravac. And Daravac, you see ice begin to form as this ray of cold cascades on the ground all around you, freezing some of the blood and some of the fluids that have coalesced from the various machinery all about. And as this happens, let's see. It is a new round. Who's going first?
I can definitely go again. Oh, no, go. No, Muhn, sure go.
I'm right next to this other lantern, and I look at it and I say, all right, it's time for you to meet the same fate. And I have this almost bloodlust in my eyes as I raise both of my shields, kind of like a symbol to clang this thing again with both of them at the same time. And I miss.
Yeah, you try to connect with this. Please make a willpower. Difficulty is 12.
Willpower. Okay.
You see the arcane lantern fly up out of Muhn's battering of shields, and then the glass begins to crack on the lantern. It starts to shake violently, and then the light, the magic inside of it just dims, and it shatters. Nowhere close to Muhn's shields.
Carnifex looks like to look almost annoyed at this point. They turn to Daravac.
I'm not the only one seeing this. You're seeing this.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm confused. It doesn't make sense, but it's working.
I call back. Are you guys doing something?
What? Yeah.
I wish.
Okay. And I resume stance.
The Magitech trooper says, unknown anomaly detected. Unknown anomaly detected. Emberstone anomaly detected. It rushes forward to try and strike at you, Carnifex, and misses. The bolt, the lightning sort of cascading all around the axe as it swings down. You back up and dodge out of the way. Who's next?
Please, let me try.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know I can.
Would like to perform a sword strike, a free strike with my melee weapon, which is an artisan's mallet.
Go for it. Just target it.
Oh yeah. I forgot to target. Do I need to roll again?
No. This, you still have to make an attack.
Yeah. So now I have a target, so now I can do the attack. Perfect. There we go. So what you would see is Daravac takes off his hammer that is not hidden, but it's been equipped on his back, and he goes for a sprint as if his hammer is infused with steam. He speeds down past both of you and misses, but it would have looked very cool if he actually hit it. So it slams a big crater essentially by the side of the construct.
It's just too powerful to like control the strike, right? Like it's just, the thing's like shaking in your hands. It's like,
exactly.
It's just
it's been a while.
The strike is too heavy to control, and just this gust of air blows out the back of this mallet as it comes down and strikes the crater, missing.
Whoa.
Okay.
Damn it. I'm
Carnifex.
still getting used to this, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carnifex will just charge forwards. They seem sad as they leap forward and start slashing at this. And again, I think they'll do 2-weapon fighting since there's only one construct, and will attack twice with their claws. I don't know why I'm still attacking everything. Good God.
Yeah. Both are a miss on the
Okay.
Magitech Trooper. This time, I think it just kind of defends a little bit better as you're striking. It kind of like raises up its arms and uses its elbows and stuff to block as you strike.
I think I'm realizing it's because when they disappear, I can't untarget them. There's
Yeah.
nothing to untarget. Yeah. And also because 2-weapon fighting lets me roll twice, so for one attack, one for another. So the first one would miss, but I still get to roll again for the second strike. So I'm gonna do that right now.
That one is a
There you
hit.
go.
How do you kill it?
Carnifex lunges forwards. All of the excitement, almost like a kid on the playground, the energy they had at the beginning seems to be gone at this point as they lunge forward and slam their fist into the chest of this construct. They seem to fish around for something and then pull out whatever's in its core.
Stone anomaly.
They crush whatever's in their hand, the energy core, and let it fall to the ground and then turn to Darak.
Don't need to worry about the remote. I don't want to stick around for this anyway.
And they slowly start to revert. You hear the bones cracking. The hair starts to get shorter again and turn from this shock white and grey to more of a black and blue. They go from this almost 7-foot being to a barely 5-foot tall cat in front of you.
Azuka, you'll be glad to know that Carnifex took the last kill. You'll be glad for the rest of the day.
Okay. It seems like it went well. Carnifex didn't go berserk, right?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Yes?
It was
Oh.
glorious. I mean, I've never seen someone do such crazy amounts of damage to something that steely with just their claws. That was amazing. And you have this giant steam hammer? Who are you people?
We're the backup. I'm
Yes.
Azuka,
The
and I'll raise
the
a hand
backup.
up.
I drop my shield. I'm Muhn, and I extend a hand towards Azuka.
That version of me you met is Carnifex there.
Oh, okay.
Part
Azuka,
of me, I suppose.
Carnifex. It's good to meet you. And I go up to, a guy with a hammer, and I say, I'm Muhn. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, Moon. They're back.
It's a very emphatic handshake. And then I look. You're Ket.
Yes.
Oh,
Are you okay?
I love Ket. Yes, I don't think I've ever been to the island. Thank you for. I was a goner.
No, well, we did our job. We collected some data. Is there anything else we need to collect? You've been further down than we have.
I've been trying to figure that out. There was some kind of explosion, and or at least
You
it
mean
seems everyone's dead.
Did you manage to? Did you cause the explosion to destroy it?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, I didn't see any explosion. But I woke up. I think must have been right after it happened. But I heard people calling me, so I think that there are still people alive in this facility.
Yes,
We
we
found
came across
it.
one of your team members, Carbo. They're back with our captain near the entrance.
Cabo.
Yeah. Was a lot
Cabo's
of,
alive?
Seems like barely, but yes, we managed to find them.
Not anymore.
What?
Walking into the room, you see 4 figures. They are wearing Syntharan colors. One of them is wearing what appears to be blacks and reds, not the colors of Syntharis. You can make me a group check. This will be insight and insight. Who wants to lead?
Insight makes sense for Darvak.
Yeah, I can lead. Support check difficulty. Or sorry, group check difficulty.
This will be 10.
10. All right.
Okay.
Ran the gamut there.
Somehow. So
Damn.
fumbles and crits on support for the group check don't mean anything. But a crit on the actual group check itself does mean something. Daravac, what opportunity would you like to get in this situation?
Oh yeah. Let's have a look. Oh. I was gonna say information, but it could be more interesting to have these one of these mysterious figures perform a faux pas.
Ooh, okay. I gotta think on this one for a second. Alrighty. Let's see.
To clarify what it does, faux pas, for the audience, choose a creature present in the scene. They make a compromising statement chosen by the person who controls them.
Yeah, this person that spoke up, they're wearing Millifax colors. They look like they are some kind of spellcaster, human, and I don't know if any of you have met anybody from Millifax before.
I'd wager
I
not.
don't think so.
Okay. You recognize the colors, though. You recognize maybe their demeanor, what have you. They speak up and say, should we simply kill them, or should we continue the research on them? Shut up, you idiot.
Research.
They're
very close to the other
heroes.
two.
Can't you feel it? No. Why would I be able to? I'm not from Regalia either.
Oh,
Okay, so Azuka steps forward. You're not from Regalia, so where are you from?
You know where I'm from, because you're from there as well.
So you remember?
Maybe. What do you remember?
Bits and pieces.
Red.
There is red all about us. What does that mean? There's a wide smile on this person's face. They are They look like they're in their 20s or maybe early 30s. Maybe about 6 feet tall. Black hair. I think they're presenting as masculine. And they have a staff, which is, I think, what tells you that they're probably some kind of spellcaster. It is topped with a spherical piece of emberstone.
Someone was saying they found people in Emberstone here.
Did they now? It's a good thing we killed them on the way in.
What are the characteristics of this person? Are they human looking?
Human, about 6 feet tall, black hair. I think they have sort of like a grayish color eyes. Average build.
Where, and I find that I'm unable to really collect myself. Where is everyone?
Everyone?
Why are all of these people dead?
Well, we assumed you killed them.
Why would I kill them?
Why are you
just said-
here?
I was here on an important mission with my team to investigate what was going on with this Emberstone. You're insinuating that I killed all these people.
He inclines his head, still keeping an eye on you, just to the right. Pull it up on the screen. One of the people, one of the Syntharans, walks over towards the monitor, begins to tap away at the console. The monitor is partly facing you. There is a rudimentary camera system here. It's different. Everything's a bit skewed, almost as if it's in a fisheye lens. You see Muhn and two others burst into this room. Begin to fight constructs. They're quickly overwhelmed, however. Muhn is clearly getting hurt badly. One of the constructs grabs Muhn, one of these Magitech troopers, and throws Muhn into the Emberstone. As Muhn makes contact with the Emberstone, it shatters. And you can see it get slowly absorbed into Muhn's flesh.
Moon. What is this?
What is this? I don't know. What are you showing me? Why are we seeing this?
Muhn falls to the ground on the screen. You see the other members of her team fall. Muhn reaches out a hand on the screen towards the others. Constructs surrounding them are crushed and destroyed. A red glow envelops Muhn. Emberstone is moving into her body. You can see this red crust form and get absorbed.
What is this?
This looks like you.
No, but you know.
What kind of research did you do here?
We were trying to find the anomalies in Emberstone.
Why do we keep hearing that word? Explain it to us.
Where do I begin? I know. You can see this person reach into their clothing and they begin to put on a mask. And you can see the others begin to put on masks as well. Flood the room. There's a wheezing clang, 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 clang sound as you see this burst of steam erupt from one of the pipes. What are you doing? The pipes, they're overloaded. I have to do everything myself. He pulls up his staff and you can see this bolt of magic burst forth towards this round vessel. The magic cascades across it, and this gas erupts from this vessel, spreading out across the room.
I back away, and I back up towards Azuka and Derevak.
I back up as well and hand over my nose and my mouth. I would like, because I have it, I might as well use it. I want to use a Fabula point to change the narrative. Just a little bit. As this gas starts to flood the room, you see almost like a partial, almost involuntarily, you see Azuka's right arm almost bulge and grow a little bit. You see those tiger stripes appear again, but only on their arm. And you see with a look of surprise on Azuka's face, but a look of like very decisive movements from the arm itself. I like the arm to lunge forward and grab one of the masks of one of those people and slam into the face of Muhn.
You cover Muhn's face with this mask as you can immediately feel yourself breathing in whatever this gas is. You see the other person begin to try and like hold their breath, but it happens as they're inhaling as you grab the mask, and they take a big gulp of the gas, and you can see they just fall to the ground, passing out. Derevak, you currently have a barrier of air that dissipates because it only lasted for a scene.
Mm-hmm.
That has dissipated now. I would like Azuka and Derevak to please roll me group check. No, this won't be a group check. This will be individual checks.
Makes sense.
And this will be... Oh boy. Oh boy. Dex and Insight. Difficulty 14.
14.
Gosh.
Okay. Dex, Insight. Oh, 14 is rough. Okay. Let's go.
Daravak,
Damn.
you pass out. Zuka, you're able to hold your breath. You have to make a decision. What are you doing?
I took one mask, I'm gonna try and take another one.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, I'm going to have the enemy make a check first.
This is all happening pretty quickly, yeah?
Okay, a 13 versus your AC? Or not your AC. Your
Defense.
Your defense, yes.
Yeah, that hits right now since I'm in Zika right now.
Okay. You are able to keep it together. However, this spellcaster with the staff and the Emberstone casts another spell. You see the Emberstone begin to light up. Various veins of magic begin to fill up on the staff as you are simply you are hit by a bolt spell. And it just kind of freezes you in place, forcing you to take a breath. And you fall to the ground, passed out.
And I swivel around as I see both of my friends are knocked out. And I just get this
Anomaly.
and you just hear this rage behind this mask.
You're from main character, aren't you? I
What
remember
are you talking
you.
about? I won't tell you anything.
I remember you. From Regalia Con. The others that are there stare at this person. And he says, "Allow me to introduce myself. Here they call me Ryan Valeros.
How are you here? Right now.
Here, right now?
Yes. How did you get in?
With my legs. I walked here. How did you get here?"
And I charge towards him.
涙の色はエメラルドブルー宝石みたいに光ってる流れ星を見上げていたあの夜も